Shabbat Shalom, Parashat Noach. It's a great, awesome story of the flood. Noach, the epic character that stands alone against the entire world, saving his family, saving the world essentially, by leaving some glimmer of hope to build a new world to come. A careful looking at Parashat Noach shows us a depiction of humanity as a whole. There is very little mention of the formation of Am Yisrael in this parasha. In fact, it is only hinted towards the end of the parasha, when Avraham comes on the scene. Although Avraham is a rather advanced in years by this point, by the time Dor HaFlaga comes around, the Tower of Babylon, Avraham is already 48 years old. He has already had an impact on his surroundings by then, but yet this parasha only mentions it by a hint. The focus of the parasha is on the events that led to the destruction of humanity because humanity could not get its act together. An interesting question is asked: if humanity is left without a clear moral code to live by, what would be the fate of humanity? Does the human character have within it the capacity to develop a just and moral system? Or must it be divinely inspired? Must it be given down to us? Well, the generation of the flood has proven to us that without a clear moral code, society has dwindled down to absolute chaos. Hamas. No one had a respect for anything or anyone. Survival of the fittest, leading to such despicable behaviors that led God to the inevitable conclusion that the world must be destroyed. And here, Noah stands against them and shows us the ability to be a righteous person with everything that happened around him, staying faithful to God. And yet this righteousness is a unique brand of righteousness, one that we will see later on from Abraham is contrary to the spirit and the role of the Jewish people. In fact, we have the ability and right to demand of people to rise above the evilness around them. But Noach represents those that rise above the evilness around them without any attempt whatsoever to change their surroundings. Noach does not make any effort to bring back to the better the people that are around him. He does not try to influence his generation. He does not try to change things. He sticks to his own righteousness with his own family and tries to prepare himself for a better future. Indeed, Avram will come on the scene and teach us a very, very different brand of behavior. A righteous person that has a responsibility for his surroundings, that will never accept the evilness of the people that are around him. The Torah teaches us that even when the world has been destroyed and a new future was forged, it was not so simple in creating a new and just society. Society was confused without clear guidance. And indeed, it is possible that humanity can develop proper codes of conduct. In fact, we see that most nations of the world do have a moral center. But yet, morality is something that is fleeing, something that is too changeable. Society changes with fashion its moral stance. It is only when we embrace a clear code of behavior that is given to us by God that characters like Abraham could rise and shine. In fact, in our own lives, when we try to find a sense of how to be moral and just people, it is not enough just to do what we think instinctively is right. It is not enough just to follow the letter of the law. We need to embrace the spirit of the Torah that is going to be unfolded before us through the conduct and behavior of our forefathers, teaches us a clear moral code of conduct. It is the Torah version of morality that is eternal, that is just in its purest sense for all societies in all time. We, as people that are faithful to the Torah, need to work hard to hone in our own sense of morality to match up to the great standards that God has presented to us in the book that is before us. Every week as we learn, we try to enhance our inner core of morality and become more courageous and just people. May we merit to to stand against the evilness that surrounds us, and yet embrace the power of Avraham that we will learn about next week as he forges forward and forces the surrounding around him to take a hard look at themselves. Indeed, it is our job as Jews to be a light unto the nation, to work hard to influence everyone around us and help the world find a better moral focus. Shabbat Shalom. Kol Tov.